Welcome to How to ABL. Today is Speed Human Female Fracture Day. It is 8/24/2023. Today we'll be using Luna Snow in her newest outfit. Luna Snow has Rage. Her rotation is 5, cancel 4, cancel 3 with a delayed cancel. You want to wait for the drop. Then you're just going to spam 1, 2, and 6 as soon as they're ready. Pretty much everything is an instant cancel besides for the 3 is the only one you want to delay. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I use it really quick so you can see it in action, and then I'll give you more information afterwards in case you want to stick around. Alright, let's go ahead and get into it. So switch to Luna Snow. We're going to do 5, 4, 3, and then 1 and 2 pretty much right away. Everything else, we're going to spam 1 and 2 while we're waiting for 5, 4, 3, 6, cast it right away. It doesn't even matter when you do these. She is able to cancel today, so you actually do not need a striker for canceling. If you're able to tier 4 her, she does even more damage, and you can use a striker. I would actually recommend using Thor as the striker. So I'm going to pick this up here, wait till he's targetable. As soon as he's targetable, I'm going to go into the 5, 4, 3, 6, and 2. Let 2 play out to get that cancel, and then continue to do your spams. The biggest thing to consider here and to remember is always do 5, 4, 3 when it's ready, but 1 and 2, and the rest you do as soon as they're ready, and it really, yeah, you just really want to spam it. This rotation, of course, is a Rage rotation, but you can use a Judgment or an Anger proc if you do not have a Rage. I do think Rage works better for her, especially in ABL. It seems that a lot of the veterans are telling me that as far as ABL goes, Rage seems to outperform Judgments, and Judgment tends to be a little bit better for ABX if you're going to use it, especially if you have high Pierce. How true that is, I'm not sure, but that's what I've been told, so I'm sharing it with you. Alright, Odin Force is almost gone. Remember, we do want to focus on getting those orbs as soon as they drop. So as soon as you see the beam of light, we want to start heading in that direction. There we go, we already got it. Again, I'm just spamming 1 and 2, 5, 4, 3, wait for a second, 1, 2, 1 will be ready in a few seconds here. I might even be able to get in another 2 before I do 5, 4, 3, and then 6, 1. Probably could have waited on that. Looks like, oh, it is going to roll in just enough time. Going to do 2, wait for a second for that cancel. 1, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 6, 2, 1. 1, 2. Look for that orb. Grab that orb. 5, 4, 3. Wait for a second. 2, 1. I typically like to do 2, 1. I like to do 1 second, but if it's on cooldown, go ahead and spam it. 3, 6, 1, 2. Like I said, 5, 4, and 3 are always going to be together. 5, 4, 3. Wait for a second. 1 and 2. We want to get that orb. It's right here next to us. Sweet. Almost done. Very spammy character. We like spammy characters. Oh, the boss is far away. That's okay. He walked into me, luckily. Sometimes you get stuck on the minions, and I do like to walk for a few seconds to get closer to him, but luckily he walked into me this time. All right, so that's not too bad of a run. That is 6.5 million in ABL with a tier 3 character. At tier 4, she's just doing astronomical numbers. Definitely the meta for today. 6, 5, 1, 5, 6, 4, 5. I like to write down my scores so I can see how my progression is going. I do have a tier 4 Black Widow that I used to use. She has a Rage as well. She scored 5.1 million versus the 6.5 million. So Luna is definitely a better option. There are other considerations. Let's talk about my account a little bit. Let's talk about the team recommendations, and we can talk a little bit about alternatives as well. Alright, so to begin with, cards do play a huge factor. Pierce is incredibly important, especially when you're playing an ABL. So this is what's going on here. I only have 16% Pierce. I've been having issues rolling my cards. I'm trying to roll up an all-attack blue stat for the last star. So having 25% Pierce will massively improve your score overall. My stats here are not too bad, but just to let you know what we're working with and why you're seeing the score that you're seeing. Luna herself is, of course, in that newest uniform. She is only at tier 3. That uniform is referred to as Summer Lilac. It is a mythic uniform. These are the options in case you are curious. Blade Vampire Slayer, Colossus Hellfire Gala, Doctor Strange's Marvel Studios Avengers Infinity War, Thor, Marvel Studio Avengers Endgame, and Carnage Fallen Soul. So those are some of the uniform options. Over here, I have a rage on her, just a normal rage. Reforging this for Luna is a smart idea. I do have her custom artifact, which just gives her increased cold damage by 20% of cold resist, an additional 0.2% of total instinct up to 200%. The instinct seems only work for tier 4 characters. I could be wrong on that, but that is the way I understand it. Her artifact is good to have, and having it at a higher star than 3 stars is of course advisable, as well as increasing its status, just for the fact that it does help her to do additional damage. Her ISO 8 set, I'm running POA. You want to make sure, as of course if you're playing ABL, you probably already know this, get all of your ISO 8 up to 6 stars all red. POA, Overdrive, Hawkeyes, all 3 attack sets are advisable. Basically comes down to what your account needs, and depends on how you're building your account and what sort of stats that you have. The character here, of course, I have everything amplified as far as the Uru slots go. I do have a few Odin's Blessings on her. As per usual, you do want to try to at least equip a 5-star if you're going to put an Uru on at all. 6-star is better. Just depends on what your stat needs are. Going to her details page, here are the stats. Always want to try to cap attack speed, crit rate, critical damage, ignore dodge, cooldown, and dodge. So movement speed is also important as well. But yeah, all of these are pretty much where they need to be. I mean, if you can get higher, the energy attack has no cap, so you can put as much as you want into energy attack. So let's talk about my recommended team, the one that I was using. And I do recommend, as I was mentioning, I do recommend using her, even if you do have her at tier 3. It is a paywall seasonal uniform, which is unfortunate. I'm using Wave's leadership. She does do the 25%, but she does have additional powers that she gets like all heroes. Damage dealt is incredibly important. So she's basically a support / lead. That's why I like to use Wave. So not only does she have leadership, but she has like a support skill built in. White Fox is one of the best supports in the game, especially when it comes for characters who have the leadership ability. If you don't know what that is, if you go to your characters and you go to details, at the bottom there will be a shield icon that says leadership. Those are the only people that get buffed by White Fox. I do have White Fox's newest uniform. However, it is not required. She's still an incredible support without it. This one is called Lifestyle Series 2. I do have an insight on her. It is important to have an insight on one of your characters to push AB as well, of any of the ABs, whether it's ABL or ABX. So this is my recommended team up. Shuri is a wonderful support as well if you do not have White Fox. You can use other characters. Gwen is actually a pretty decent character to use for today if you do not have Luna Snow. I do not recommend Black Widow. She was great when she was the only tier 4 speed female, but now that she has other options and alternatives, Shadow Shell is pretty decent. Gwen is phenomenal. And I mean, I guess you could use Kamala. Kamala Khan's not terrible at using for today either. And I don't know why I'm not seeing Gamora, but all because she's not human. Haha, that would be why. So there are other alternatives, but yeah, Luna's going to be your best bet if you want to score as high as possible. Kate Bishop might be able to do decently too if you have no one else to work with. So there you go. There are my recommendations. If you like these videos, consider thumb upping and leaving comments below, and I will catch you in the next one. May your ABL score be as high as possible.